Hi, it's Connie Erickson with another Live at 5. And today I want to talk to you about your emotional bank account. And whether you're watching live or on the replay, drop a message in the comments and just let me know whether you've ever heard this term before. Hi, Mary Ellen. I just said to drop a comment if you've ever heard the term emotional bank account before. And I just wanted to talk to you about this because whether you know it or not, all day long, every day, you're making withdrawals or deposits in the emotional bank account that you have with another person. And some of these people are inconsequential, like people that you may never see again, like I don't know, a cashier at Wawa. And if you're not from Philly, we love our Wawa. It's kind of like a convenience store with a cult following. But anyway, back to emotional bank accounts. It's like the level of trust or safety that you have with another person. So if you were in the supermarket today, you either were on your phone and involved in your own head, or you maybe smiled at the cashier and maybe said thank you. And you were, if you did make eye contact and say thank you, you were making a deposit in your emotional bank account. And maybe you'll never see that person again, and maybe it'll end up being like, I don't know, lost Kohl's cash or something. But we have emotional bank accounts with everybody, and the most important people are the people that we're close to. And you have an emotional bank account with your partner, and again, all day, every day, you're making deposits or withdrawals. So some obvious withdrawals would be lies or affairs, but they can be smaller, like losing your temper or not doing the dishes. And deposits too can be major, like a gift or a vacation, or they can be smaller, like flowers or some extra attention in bed. But they're really not just like a regular bank account that you have in a bank. You rarely win the lottery and make a big deposit, or rarely make a huge withdrawal for a luxury vacation or car. No, it's more simple and it's more over time. So you work and you save, and little by little you grow your equity. Or maybe you don't. Maybe it's a few dinners out and a shirt that's on sale, and you all of a sudden you're bankrupt. It's the little subtle interactions that put you in debt or build your equity. And so, how do you do this with your emotional bank account? Well, John and Julie Gottman have studied couples for over 40 years. They've studied something like 70,000 of them. I don't know that that's accurate, but I'm pretty sure that it is. And they studied people in relationship labs where they put them kind of like Big Brother or, another reality TV show, but they watched them for weekends, and they found a compelling similarity between all satisfied couples. And they looked at patterns of communication, and they looked at what they called bids for communication. And a bid for communication is any movement towards your partner. It could be a touch on the shoulder, it could be saying, hey, what do you want for dinner? Or it could be just saying, it looks like rain. And anytime one partner makes a bid, the other person can turn away, or just ignore. And the biggest way to make an emotional deposit is, or the most consistent rather, and the one that builds up, is to turn towards your partner when they make a bid for your attention. So if your partner says, wow, my day was tough, and you ignore them, you're making a withdrawal. And if you say, oh, you think your day was bad? What about me? That's also a withdrawal, but actually not as bad as ignoring them. So the best response, the one that would cause you to make a deposit, would be something like, oh, that stinks, tell me more. So it's basically just acknowledging your partner. And the Gottmans actually identified a magic ratio. So you ready for this? It actually comes down to mathematics. Satisfied couples in conflict, so if you're having a fight, have positive to negative interactions at a ratio of 5 to 1. So even in the midst of conflict, satisfied couples have 5 positive interactions for every negative one. Now that doesn't mean you have to agree with your partner. That just means that you have to acknowledge that they're speaking to you and see that it makes sense from their point of view. And when they're not in conflict, just in everyday life, satisfied couples have 20 positive interactions to every negative one. So that's a lot. But if you're stressed about that, don't worry. Just start where you are. Just start noticing bids for attention and just responding. And maybe have your partner watch this live and understand the concept. Remember, we can only control our own behavior. But the cool thing is, like, you can improve your relationship without even talking about your relationship. Imagine you can improve your relationship just by paying attention to your partner. It's kind of inspiring, really, because I feel like, ooh, pay attention. I can do that. Anybody can do that. And these are the everyday interactions that create equity. They're the transactions for your rainy day fund, or the ones that'll put you into bankruptcy. And your relationship will have rainy days. You can count on it. So no matter where you are, start saving. I would love to hear your questions about this or your comments. So even if you're watching the replay, drop a comment in the box. And again, I'm almost finished with putting the finishing touches on my course, and I'm so excited about it. It's going to be 6 weeks of just simple shifts that you can do in your relationship to go from frustrated to really satisfied. And I am so excited. I think it's going to be nothing short of life-changing. So I will let you know more about that in the next couple of weeks, and it should be ready to go early in January. So again, I appreciate you watching, and I hope this is helpful. If it is helpful, please tell your friends. I just want to make a bigger impact, and life just gets so much better and easier when you can communicate effectively. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.